But I wanted to spend a few moments to talk about something that's kind of been troubling me for the past couple of days, and it's just revelation that the current city leadership actually wants Baltimore to fail. And I believe this wholeheartedly at this point because the facts or the numbers are proving it to be true. First, I am coming to you on my lunch. I still work full time, so I'm taking a slight break from work right now to deliver this message. But I want to say with this, so just some statistics of some of the things or that have gone on in Baltimore. First off, 10 of the past 14 police commissioners have all been people of color. All right. Five of the past six mayors have been people of color, three of which have been women, and three of the four past state's attorneys all have been people of color. So the city, in order to maintain its status and its status of being socially aware, has maintained the idea of systemic racism, systemic white supremacy, and these other ideas that Baltimore is oppressed because of other outside forces. This is hardly true when, for the past 30 to 40 years, our leadership has been predominantly people of color or black people. So I say that this leadership wants the city to fail because of several reasons. So if we look at our tax structure, it's designed to actually kick people out. When you have high property taxes, high business taxes, it forces businesses to leave. It forces homeowners to leave. It forces people out of the city. So when you have this high business tax system, no opportunities are coming to the area. Jobs aren't being created. Entrepreneurs aren't thriving. So it creates this environment in which businesses and ownership and opportunity disappear. To alleviate this, all we have to do is lower the tax rate. And I promise things will change. But city leadership doesn't want to do that. The other area is education. Baltimore City schools have been performing poorly for some time now. And if we continue that trend, our generations and future generations, we're pumping out children with subpar educations, which are then essentially limited in life because of the education system because of the educational system that they're going through. If anything is systemic, it's that. Meanwhile, who's in leadership? Who's in the power? It's not white supremacy. It's not white people. It's not because of racism. It's because it's designed to be like that by the people who are running the city. We're talking about the Brandon Scotts. We're talking about the Nick Mosbys. We're talking about the Marilyn Mosbys. We're talking about all the historical people that we've had, and current people that we've had in city government. Now, why is this so clear to me, right? Why do they want Baltimore City to fail? So again, you have high taxes. It's driving people out. You have a subpar educational system, so it doesn't attract people here. You have high crime. You've created this boogeyman with the police. Instead of working together with the police and resolving crime and figuring out how to make things happen there, you create the police as the boogeyman. And what's happening is, because of this boogeyman, it's created this separation and divide of us versus them. It's created this divide of this socially woke culture. So what they're able to do is get people riled up on the social issue of the day, which is at the current time racism, white supremacy, police. They get you to focus on those issues to say they're woke and say they're relevant. Meanwhile, if you look at the campaign donations of Brandon Scott, of Nick Mosby, of a lot of these other politicians that are aiming to run the city, a lot of their donations come from developers, real estate developers, and finance companies. They're selling the city out behind your back, while keeping you socially aware of the issue of the day. Behind your back, the business deals that are going on are selling the city out. Look at their campaign donations. Look at how many come from real estate, how many come from developers, how many are even coming from out-of-state developers. It's not a black or white thing. It's not a police civilian thing. These people are literally selling the city out right under your nose while we're paying attention to something else. I mean, the evidence is there. So they keep the taxes high, they keep the crime high, they keep the education low. So when you're able to leave, you leave. If you can't afford to leave, then you're going to be left to die in the streets. Case in point is just this week, City Council is moving to rename Columbus Day. Meanwhile, we have supermarkets across town ready to close and leaving. Jobs are leaving. Businesses are leaving. Places to get food in the city are leaving. But because of the socially woke nature of our city government, because they want to keep up with the issue of the day, our government has been used to protest, been used to stay culturally relevant by keeping us focused on social issues instead of solutions that can actually be brought forth for the city. But Baltimoreans are generally too stubborn to just allow it to completely take over. I mean, this if it was any other city, it would have happened much quicker. Baltimore would have been gone down the drain, sold out to the highest bidder, and it'd be a completely different Baltimore. But Baltimore has some of the most hardworking, most diligent, most focused, most determined people, probably of any other city in America, and probably any other city in the world. But it's time for us to realize and wake up to this fact. The same people that we're trusting to be the new way forward, or to lead us into the next generation of success, they're the ones that are selling us out. And there's always just that saying, follow the money. Just follow the money, and you see where it goes. And you see who's bought who. So I encourage everyone to look at the campaign donations of Brandon Scott, look at the campaign donations of my opponent, Nick Mosby, and see who really has the city's best interests at heart. Again, the social issues of the day, I'm not opposing that there are some social things that do need to change. However, the focus should always be on the city. I get tired of hearing other politicians, especially Nick Mosby. He said this not too long ago, that we experience problems just like every other city, or we go through this just like every other place. But Baltimore is not every other place. Baltimore is Baltimore. And I remember my parents used to tell me, if everybody else is jumping off a bridge, are you going to jump too? And my answer would always be no. It's time to set Baltimore apart. It's time for us to be the shining city on the hill. Because we are that, and we can be that. But we have to start investigating and start really examining who's got our best interests at heart. Again, these politicians, these ones that we've constantly been voting in office, that have had positions of power for some time, they're selling the city out. If you have any other comments, let me know. Retweet or share this video. This is Twitter. This is Facebook. So share this video. You can put it on Twitter though. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. If you think, if you agree with me, tell a friend and tell me why. But again, after looking at some of the numbers and the trends that we've been going through for years and years, the people in the city are selling it out. So peace.